Welcome back, guys. Guess what we got? This is our second to last video of building the Night Rider. So what I did is I action packed it, and we're going to be working on the trunk and back seat area of the car because we have stages 102, 103, 104, 105, 106. So without further ado, let's get on down to the bench. So, of course, in great fashion, this is what we're going to be putting on. And once again, thank you again, Mike Lane Mods, for all these updates that you've given us for this Night Rider. For example, the marker lights, things like that. We greatly appreciate it here at the shop. It's making our car look a whole lot better than what was first designed. Other than that, guys, without further ado, let's get on cracking with this, okay? So once again, welcome back down to the bench, guys. And here's the plastic that protected this whole component here. Since we don't need it, it'll hit the trash can. Now that it's hit the trash can, all right, or the rubbish can, or however you'd like to call it, we're gonna go ahead and get started, okay? First things first. Of course, step one for our great adventure today is I'm going to take this DP screw, and this is going to be a bit finicky, okay? Because you're going to take the knob, which is this, only goes in one way, all right? So that's going to be nice. Once we slide that in to the way that it's supposed to go, all right, it's just going to lock right in there. Now that it's in there and it's voila, we don't want it to fall out, so we use this DP screw, which it does come with, okay? And then you just take this DP screw, you knock it out, put it in there, fancy dancy, easy breezy, lemon squeezy, right, guys? And that's pretty much it for step one. Of course, in good fashion, of course, we gotta do step two. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do step two now, and that's real simple. You're just gonna throw this in there, all right? Now, it says that it goes in just like this, which is kind of weird because if you do it like that, I mean, it doesn't seem right to me. So I think they mean to kind of line it up, you know? So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to slide it in, okay? Because you don't want it to go just as they show you in the picture, okay? So you're going to slide it in. Once you slide it in, it's going to fit in those little grooves, nice and easy. And then we're going to move on to step three, which step three is kind of easy. All we're doing here is we're going to put in our box. That means you can store stuff in this box if you so choose in the future. Okay, and the way this box will go on is that you're going to need this side to be curvatured with this, then this and this will line up with here and here. All right, so I'm going to grab some BP screws and put this little box right on top. So there it is. Step three is all completed. You have your little box where you can put stuff in, and then you go like this, and it closes it up. And once you do that, I just want you to know that it is just two screws. You can see this here, but that's going to come later, okay? So please don't be trying to put a BP screw in there. Just follow what it says in that book. But if you don't believe me, trust me. You need to look at the book, or you can look how I did it. It's your model out there, guys. You do what you need to do. But for the way we're doing it here at the shop, this is how we're going to do it. So of course, which is really weird, they created a step. I don't know why. I just happened to turn the page, and I retract what I said. If you want, just use three BP screws. I don't know why they made it into step four. I was trying not to go ahead of myself. So I'm just gonna put this in. I kind of figured as much. So, you know, obviously, we make the mistakes and the decisions so that way you in the future don't have to. So now our next adventure is to put in this here. But the way that it says that it goes on, okay, is that they have it upside down like this. You have your L shape where it's like, let's see, so it's like this, and then they want you to attach it down here. So there's a little lip, you put it onto that, and then you screw it in with a BP screw. Now, of course, in the book, it shows it just like this. So it's great. Everything came out just as it did in the book. And so what we're going to do is we're going to move on and we're going to go to step 6. Step 6, you're going to think that it's a broken piece, but this tiny little sharp piece is not broken. It's going to go in that little slant right here. Okay? And the way that's going is it's going to be just like I show you here. You're going to put this right on top of there. There's 2 little holes here, which will line up with those 2. If you're not sure which side it is and you got a far ahead and you get lost, it does have an L there, so you know that it goes to the left side. And so, of course, we flip this over, and that is it. Everything is put in, everything looks pretty sharp. So we still have more to go, guys, so hang in there. But let's go and move on to stage 103. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. It's at the bottom there. If you can do that, it really helps out our channel, really helps us out so we can keep going and give you more content, much better videos, and not only that, we can give you some much better models to build here on the shop. But other than that, guys, I'm going to let you guys get back to the video. Thank you very much for stopping by. Okay, here it is, stage 103. And look at that, we'll do this really quick, guys. This is all we're doing. We will not be installing the seat belts, remember that. We have this white piece, which you're going to be very familiar with if you are building the model straight as it is. But we have a special component just for this, and this one is going to be coming from Mike Lane Mods. That's right, guys, Mike Lane Mods. We've already done the door, carpets, all right, we have badges and a rear sail panel trim, and that is what we're going to be putting in. Okay, we've already put the carpets in for the door, we put the badge on the door, and now we're going to do the sail panel trims. When I flip this over, here's how it looks. Isn't that wonderful, guys? Now, of course, it's going to come across as weird or whatever, but hey, check it out. Even comes with a QR code, so if you forget how to put them on or where they need to go, don't worry. They got you covered at Mike Lane Mods with that QR code, or you could go to MikeLaneMods.com and click on this piece and they'll give you instructions. Other than that, guys, that will be for this panel here. You won't install, okay? Do not install this piece until you've done all your screwing in, okay? Just so that way you guys know, so that way there's no issues, all right? But other than that, guys, that's my little nomenclature for you. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on to step 1 and 2. So wow, guys, look how bright that piece is. Don't worry, we're going to be covering that up and whatnot. But we also have the little piece that's going to go in, and that is so you can hang stuff in the back. But our fabric here, like when I looked at it, did not seem to have a hole for that. So we'll have to come back to that. So that'll be up to you if you'd like to add that piece. But if you do, just remember it is going to have to be placed in after you put the fabric on. Okay? Other than that, guys, let's get on down here and screw this piece right up on to our little panel. Alrighty now. Look how great that came out. Way better than what I had hoped. But I like how there's like a little bend, like I don't know how to call it, but like a little bend in there. And I like how it's all beige and nice and comfy cozy, all right? It is way better than what they offered because obviously this is how they expect it to look. This is how they expect it to look, that white panel. What an eyesore, right? That's what I thought. So what I'm going to tell you now is next is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the little rod in. It's like a little recoil rod. It's going to be for the class, so we can open and close the trunk. We're going to install that with a BP screw, and we're going to have all that completed. Once again, I'd like to let y'all know we are not using the seat belts. Not going to use them. All right. I just couldn't see anything that remotely came to the use of these seat belts, so not going to use them. Okay, and there it is, guys. I put it in. I made it nice and loose, and you're also going to want to loosen this up. You hear that noise? Put some oil in there or whatnot, and you should be good to go. All right, because you don't want it to be too tight. But I kind of want it a little tight, so I didn't put too much in. Other than that, guys, that is it for this stage. So we're going to move on to stage 104. So hang with us, guys. We're almost
A
there.
B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q
R
wrong Q
Ah.
Q
Ah.
Q.
My God.
What would a pirate say if they're from Boston?
Ah.
Welcome to stage 104 in our illustrious journey today. Hope you guys are still sticking with us because, oh boy, we got a lot more to go. We got at least 2 more stages left and then we'll be done. So hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of it. What we're going to be doing, guys, is we're going to bring back the back of the vehicle. Now, if you haven't taken that back bar out of the car yet, you're going to do so now. I already did because it makes it so much easier when we had to screw things in and what have you. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be working on our rear trunk wall, okay? Then after we're done with that, we got the little tow hitch here, tow latch. I don't know what you guys want to call it, but that's what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and install all that, okay? And then we'll move on again, of course, to stage 105. So first things first, we have our little latch here. Only goes in one way, and we're going to put that in there, okay? Just as it says, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. There it is. All right. So now that it's in there, you're going to go ahead and install that BP screw. All right. Kind of want to make sure. Now these screws are a little finicky, but I think we'll be all right. So we're just going to get that going. So once that piece is in, we still have to take this and we're going to add it, okay, to the back of this, which is kind of weird, okay? I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of weird. But yeah, you're gonna take it and you're gonna make sure that the screw side, all right, is facing up. So once the screw side is facing up, and then you have this piece, it's gonna go in just like so. And then you're gonna have pretty much everything line up with this, okay? And then you're going to grab 2 BP screws and you're going to put them in here and here. Okay, and that's pretty much it for that piece. I do want to let you guys know that yet again, if you didn't take that bar out of the body, you're going to need to take it out now, because our next phase is to run some wires through the body of the car. And then once we run those wires, we're going to be taking one of our panels, which is the one that we just built, and we're going to be placing it to the body of the car, and then the excess cables will then be able to connect to the rest. Okay, so let's just hang in there, guys. It's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride. All right. Now that we have all those wires hidden up, I had to put in a bracket here with a GM screw, and I ran all the wires through. They're nice and snug, not too tight, but just enough to get everything secured in. And then after that, they want us to take our side panel and just kind of slide it into place. All right. Once you slide it into place, it will lock in, and we'll be using GM screws to secure it in place. But the first things first that we need to do, okay, is to get the cords, line them up. All right, and once we line them up, okay, going down through here, and then we're gonna go down through here. All right, these are all gonna get locked right into place. Once they get locked into place, there'll be some GM screws that'll go here and down over here. Okay, so we'll go ahead, lock those in, and then we'll come back and show you the finished product of that. And then we're going to come back again to show you how we're going to put on that back piece. So there you have it, guys. This is all put in. Now, of course, with our Mike Lane mods, they're a little different, okay? So don't be worried. These, of course, will still connect to the one spot along with our other ones here for the marker lights. They'll all connect in, and then later on we'll come by and put in a bracket to hide all this. It's going to work out on the end, guys. At least that's what I've seen. So this should work out pretty good if I understood the magazines in the future of building this model. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come back with our back panel, which is this little monstrosity. All right, now you see there's two little screw areas, and then there's like a little lip in here and whatnot that has to line up with this little corner over here. So this will line up to here, this screw hole will line up to the top one, and then the same thing will go on this side and this side. Then these two will line up with these, and then what we're going to do is we're going to try to run this wire through here, so that way we can get it on here nice and snug. All right, so just a little tidbit here, okay? I want you guys to be aware of that there are 3 BP screws, okay? One is going to go here, and another one here and here, okay? Steps 8 and 9 are added together. They want you to do these two first, then that one. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So there you have it, guys. With stage 105 completed, we can now go, corrected. Stage 104. Now the stage 104 is completed. All right, now that we've gotten as far as stage 104 completed, we have our back wall screwed in with the 3 BP screws, our spare wires, and this wire just magically can go right through this panel. How convenient is that? Thanks again, Mike Lane Mods, for your thin wires and everything to get us through this great journey here. Other than that, guys, let's move on to stage 105 and keep this party a rockin', bro. Because, man, oh, man, guys, stage 105, we're almost done. And I appreciate you guys for hanging in with us as we go through this long video. Again, we're going to go ahead and prep our other side panel, and then we're going to come back with stage 106 and kind of complete the mission there, okay? So without further ado, we're going to do this real quick. That way we can get straight into our last and final stage. Now that we're all done with this part, and we're all done with putting in our rod and everything, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to the next one, which is our final stage for this video. So, which obviously we got to put this panel in, then put the carpet in, and then the hook for the clothes, and then lock this all in. All right, which should be a lot easier because this time we don't have to worry about any wires or any kind of storage compartment. And we already know that we're going to need a BP screw and what looks like probably some more GM screws, 3 of them that'll go in there. So let's go open up stage 106, our final stage for this long video today. There it is, guys, stage 106. I'm going to flip it open real fast for you because this is all we're really doing. Putting in that panel, then we're going to cover that, put in our little piece. We're not doing the seatbelts. Once again, not doing the seatbelts. Then after that, we're going to go ahead, install this. Then we're going to screw it in with some GM screws. Then we're going to use a BP screw to get it into that other half of the back wall. And then finally, we attach the suspension rods, or the free hands of the tailgate hydraulic rods. All right, and we're going to take them and we're going to screw them into the little back windshield here. And then once we finish that all up, we're pretty much going to be all done. All right, just put in some BP screws here. Obviously 8 and 9 are together, so don't think about it. And then the car will be all completed as far as we know of for right now. And then that'll end our video right there once we're done. So let me go ahead, knock all this out, show you how it's done. Once again, before we go ahead and put on that Mike Lane Mods version, this is how they want it to be ending up with that white panel. And like I said, you have a choice. You can put the carpet on or you can paint it. And they do give you in the Mike Lane Mods, they do give you the option that you can use the paint to paint it first and then put the sticky on, or just do it without the sticky. But I'm gonna put the carpet on because, well, I want the car to look kind of cool and snazzy. Then once we put the carpet on, we'll cut a little quick tiny hole for right there, which will be for the coat hanger piece. All right, and there we go. So let's go ahead and get that started. There you have it, the end product. Everything came out really good. So now comes the big adventure of attaching it to the model. Okay, now that this is all done, what a pain in the butt that was. Even though we didn't have the wires, the screws were a bit of a pain, and then locking it in here to get it just right was a pain, but we got through that. So no big deal. All right, I put my BP screw over here. What was it? GM screws through here, and so we are a-okay on that. Now we're going to take these rods and attach it to the hood of the trunk, and we're going to use BP screws, which I have already set up, and we're going to go ahead and knock that out. Well, thank you guys very much for hanging in with us and getting through this very long video, but here's all our fruits of our labor here. You can see inside the window here how everything is set up, and look at that. Our window, it locks in place, and then you just hear a little pop, and then it comes right up. And the cool part is, it doesn't really stay unless you do that. All right, but if you'd like, you can let it stay up. I don't plan on it. This car is mostly going to stay closed, and then all you have to do, let it come down, you'll lock it in place, and there it is, guys. All set, all done, looking sharp. I'm loving it so far. I mean, we do have a lot of fingerprints on this car, but we're going to be putting some vehicle die-cast wax on it and things. But for now, guys, this is it for our car so far. Now, our next video, all right, I hate to say this, but it's going to be our last journey with this car. It's where we're going to finish up on the inside of the trunk, and then we're going to start taking the body and putting it together with the interior body of the car. So all I'm asking is you guys just hang with us. We'll be back with you shortly with a new video. It'll be the final video, and then the one that'll come right after that, as soon as that is released, we will show you yet again, just like we did with the Enterprise's finished build. We will do another video promoting the car and everything, and showing it to you in different lights and different aspects. And then, yeah. So we just hope you'll enjoy our journey here as we are starting to come to an end. But yeah, so the next one will be a completion of the car. And I want to say thanks again for the journey that you've joined us on, because now we have just one more journey left, and we'll be able to start up on some more projects. So without further ado, since this ends our video and our little hangout today, I just wanted to let you guys go, and pretty much we'll see you on the next episode here of Build the Night Rider. And we hope to see you then. Other than that, guys, you guys all out there keep on modeling.